So I guess this is the trauma video. Bobby, how do you not look so crazy? No, we know. I'm pretty fucking crazy. But in the good way. In order to deal with trauma and all that stuff, I was originally told you just keep hurting yourself with the emotion until it stops hurting. That's bad psychological advice. It's outdated psychology. My goofy ass is I have a damaged nervous system from heavy metal poisoning, and doing that to get rid of these traumatic memories in my mind has caused me more damage to my nervous system. But what I do is called emotional blunting, and you get the emotional blunt. They have a medicine for it, but it's crazy expensive. So I use B12. This is ashwagandha. All day pain, Walgreens, painkillers. I think this is like naproxen. Yeah, naproxen sodium. Got D3 and fish oil. This helps the nervous system. The nervous system apparently needs this. Some chiropractic guy told me that, and it's been pretty good advice so far. And selenium. Selenium's a great emotional blunter. I actually take all these just to function. There's probably some $250 pills here. I mean, I make my dad pay for all of them, so I guess that's great, you know. Welcome to America. Where they go, if you need help, you need to help yourself. And you ever heard the bootstrap paradox? Well, that comes from pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and if you don't understand why that's a moron's logic, I can't help you. Yeah, processing trauma kind of sucks. It's just work. To give you an idea, you see how angry I am in these videos? The truth is I'm not actually angry, I'm sad. Yep. I'm not afraid of being sad. I'm sad, but I also beat myself up on I should have been better, but I couldn't be. And I think this is a tough lesson to learn. If there's a dedicated group of dickheads that are going to stop you, they're going to stop you. Okay, there are the way to think about the world is the mind of a smaller mind, okay? There's a huge universe out there. There's asteroids and stuff you are just simply not in control of. If an asteroid decided to take out Earth tomorrow, there wouldn't be anything you could do, okay? If acid rain started, there wouldn't be anything you can do. But you can control your universe, and that in turn can give you control of your world. And the thing with these stupid fucks is they need to prove their God's real by controlling other people's lives. And it's kind of funny because they spend all this time controlling my life. And like you could probably point out a million other people's lives they're not in control of. And they'd be like, I can control those people. I can control those people. I can control those people. I can control. And then eventually they can't. Because there's simply not enough of them. As much as fascism's awesome. I don't know what gets everybody hard in this religion about one guy's emotions, because it is based off of how this guy feels. He tells you, my emotions come from a higher power, and I need to have sex with that woman. You need to murder her husband so I can do that. Like, okay. Like, if some baboon told me that, I'd probably slap him. Like, my emotions are magical. But, once again, my childhood was one of, my parents didn't care about the way I felt. They only cared about how they felt, so I in turn hated them. So inevitably, I was going to hate every church leader as they began to try to explain to me and operate and act like my dumbass parents, which I hate. So, there's that. I go on about how much I hate these people, but I think I need to openly admit that there are probably some that are good people, but this religion makes you a bad person. Okay? All that shit about superiority, you're not superior if you have to cheat to win. Okay? You're a dick. I said it. Like, yeah, they should put that in their little book. Like, I just, yeah, destroying somebody's brain. I remember this. There are a couple of conversations like Blondie trying to get me with neurolinguistics programming and trying to program shit in my brain, and Stu fucking with my brain, and these guys just this is the thing with emotionally stunted people and malignant narcissists, whatever. They all believe they're somehow smarter and know more than you. Even people with me, people with mountains of life experience, people who have had probably some of the craziest experiences you can have as a person. Okay? I would argue just my experience alone makes me special, but I think that's what makes everybody special is experience. Yeah. I don't really, how to say it. I guess I'm just so laxed about processing my emotions, and as much as I don't care about how I feel, when you don't care about how you feel, you become the rational mind, the true God brain. Yeah. The rational mind is the mind of intelligence, okay? Don't let anybody ever try to tell you somehow your emotions are a million times more important than anything. The most dangerous things we push in movies is everybody should do things by how they feel. Okay? And when you do that, what happens is everybody starts thinking drugs is good because it makes them feel good. Okay? It makes them think that somehow their emotions are more valuable than others. It's the shit when talking to Republicans, how they scream about their rights while ignoring your rights. This is an imbecile's logic. It is the idea that nobody else exists. I just had a flashback the other day to when I developed object permanence as a kid. I was in my room at the house playing with micro machines, which, like, when you're a little kid, micro machines are huge. When you're an adult, they're tiny. It's kind of weird, but and I remembered my brother's karate school, and I thought, like, because we weren't there, then it didn't exist. And then we went there, and I saw these mats in the back of the thing, and I was like, well, if those change, that means people are doing stuff here when I'm not here. And then they did change, and then I freaked out because there's things going on in the world I'm not in control of. There's all this stuff going on outside. Oh, what's going on? Oh, it's so uncertain. It's so chaotic. Oh, and then I was just like, man, I can't control any of that. I'm going to go play with micro machines. I think emotionally stunted people never had that happen. I start to think, like, because they're hyper focused on me, they don't recognize there's other people doing things. Yeah. And this is the problem with hyper focus. You're only looking at one thing, and you're like, this is it. This is the thing I'm staring at. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, emotional blunting's pretty cool. It enables me to focus and listen to people and be relatively normal. I think I don't fucking find myself in a limerent thought process or ruminating about what happened. Um, yeah, I don't really got anything else. If you're experienced trauma and nervous system damage and as the worst things known to man, as I like to say, try emotional blunting, but don't get addicted to it. Okay, you gotta learn how to focus and control your own mind without drugs. Okay, we all have to do it. Okay, I'm very emotionally regulated right now, which is why I'm not like doing my little freakouts and stuff. And I still think those are fun to do. Those are some of the funnier things I like about my videos, my little impressions. I remember Gannon used to love watching me make fun of Stu, so, which is weird because they're the same psychology, so he doesn't even know this is what happens when you don't have introspective. You don't even realize you're laughing at yourself. Like, um, Like I said, these people behave like a giant frat. Uh, is there anything worthy of note here? Probably not. Yeah, just whatever, dude. Yep. Peace.